plus years I am working in software industry. Since 3 years I am working into the Hadoop big data technologies as in the different roles, lead role and solution work. Currently working as a solution owner in the MNC company. Since 3 years, same Hadoop technologies only. And earlier I used to work SSIS, SSRS, and C Sharp, Java technologies in different companies for different customers. Likewise, this is all about my professional career at a high level. Just I would like to know about yourself and what is your experience level and why you people are looking for a Hadoop. Just briefly, Gladson, can you go ahead, please?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So currently I am working in an MNC and for this, so I was working for almost 3 years, and currently I am working in Informatica. So I just want to enhance my it's like domain knowledge. Like, so I just want to get into a domain this one Hadoop also. In addition with the Informatica before switching, that's why mainly I was looking for this one Hadoop actually. So that was the intention for me. For that I have joined this one. I was planning to join this one. So yeah, that's for me.
Okay, you have overall 3 years experience, right?
Yeah, overall 3 years. Yeah, it's not 3 years.
Into
Almost 3
Informatica
years.
only. Into Informatica only.
Yeah, in Informatica only. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay,
Yeah.
Hariprasad, can you proceed?
Yeah, Sridhar. I work for MNZ. From last 3 years, I'm working on ETL testing technology. So why I want to learn big data is like I have interest towards learning new things, and which is doing good in the market as well.
Okay.
So the tool what we use is Data Stage
Okay.
and couple of databases.
Okay.
This is what from my end.
ETL testing, you are part of the testing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Which ETL you are using for the development in your development team?
Data Stage.
Data Stage.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just as it is a demo, just I would like to tell something. Okay. First, let me tell what is big data. Big data, it is a concept basically. And suppose, for example, we can compare with the OOPS. OOPS is a concept, like, right? We can achieve the OOPS concept by applying the technologies like C++, C Sharp, Java, Python, like that. We can achieve the OOPS concept by applying the technology. We can go for any technology to achieve the OOPS concepts. In the same way, RDBMS is also concept to store the data for database concept. To achieve the RDBMS database concepts, we can go for the either Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, like that. We can have specific technologies for different vendors. Likewise, big data is a concept. We can achieve this big data concept by applying the Hadoop ecosystems. Hadoop is a technology. By using this Hadoop technology, we can achieve the big data concept. So here, first, we would like to discuss about the data, first of all. In earlier days, it is in the KBs, earlier 2 decades back, KBs like that. After that, it is increased to MB. After that, it is increased to GB. Gradually, data is getting increased. Data is produced from different sources. As of now, since decade, TB is running. So data is from web applications, social media, sensors, mobile applications, mobile devices, different electron devices, and aeroplanes. So many sources are there to generate the terabytes of data. Nowadays, it is increased to petabytes, and it leads to increased zettabytes. This randomly every day rapidly increasing the data from the different sources. Each organization, pharmaceutical, mechanical, healthcare, insurance, banking, government sectors, everywhere using the software. So the digital data getting increased day by day. So while as it is increasing the day by day data, we first here two major challenges. First challenge is we need to store the data, that particular data, in the proper manner, and we need to process that stored data. So proper manner in the sense why we need the data, because to uh, to analyze the historical data to take that decision means if we have something any business challenges, we can analyze the historical data. Based on that we can take the decision. So that's what we need to maintain the data in the proper manner. So to address this one, suppose there are some traditional applications or concepts are there. Take the terabytes of data. So first GBs, we will take the GBs. Gigabytes of data can handle by the any RDBMS. So RDBMS is a concept. We have a Oracle, SQL Server, DB2. Those RDBMS can handle the up to the GBs. And suppose take the terabytes, we can have the Teradata. There is a one software called Teradata. But if it increase more to the petabytes, zettabytes, so many things, I will show you how data will increase rapidly. One second, I have a one slide to explain easily. See, 1000 gigabytes, terabytes, 1000 terabytes, 1 petabytes, 1000 petabytes, 1 exabyte, 1000 exabytes, 1 zettabytes. So likewise, the digital data getting increased. To maintain up to terabytes, we have up to gigabytes, we have RDBMSs, and up to terabytes, we can handle the terabytes data using the Teradata. But beyond that terabytes data, this petabytes, exabytes and zettabytes, we need some other system now to handle this much of digital data, big data coming into the picture. Big data coming into the picture. So here what is the big data means? It is a collection of large and complex data sets. Hariprasad, there?
Yeah, Sridhar.
Yeah, okay. Just if you are not able to, just give me a ping or just doubts, or even if you are not able to hear my voice, whatever the you face any issue, just let me know. Just ping me or just stop me. Okay?
Sure.
So we can define the big data is a collection of large and complex data sets. So here we can differentiate from normal data storage areas called RDBMS and big data. Here we can observe one more difference is RDBMS, what kind of data we can store the data in RDBMS. Hariprasad or Gladson, what kind of data we can store in RDBMS databases?
Structured one, right? Structured.
Exactly. We can store the structured data in RDBMS in the form of rows and columns in the tables. But whereas big data, this Hadoop technology, we can store the structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. Structured data, you know, right? Just it should be in the rows, tabular format, means in the form of rows and columns. It is called as structured data. Semi-structured data comes into the XMLs, Excels. All these are comes under the semi-structured. Coming to the unstructured means it's the dot text files, dot log files, and images, videos. All these files, which is not structured and semi-structured, remain. Rest of the data files are the unstructured data. So we can store in specific formats in the specific manner in the HDFS. So that's what very big difference from traditional RDBMS systems and big data Hadoop system, where we can store the structured, semi-structured, unstructured. No need to bother about any this kind of data only we can store, not like that. And here we can say conceptually we can talk about the 4Vs, what big data supports, how it supports. 4V means first one is volume, velocity, variety. Means I'm talking about the data, kind of data, and how it will be stored, like that. Just for conceptually, volume, velocity, variety, veracity. Just I will show you the diagram also. These are the 4Vs: volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. These 4Vs of data we can maintain, we can handle using the Hadoop technology. First one is volume. Means as we discussed, volume of data, huge volumes of data, terabytes, exabytes, petabytes, zettabytes, whatever the digital data we can store. It will, Hadoop will accommodate the data at any extent. That volume of data we can store, terabytes to exabytes existing data to process. The next concept is velocity. Suppose streaming data means, suppose aeroplane is traveling from source to destination. While it is traveling, there is a black box concept inside the aeroplane. So it transmits the digital data per second, so many gigabytes of data, terabytes of data. Means streaming live data and social media for every second, so many images, video files, text messages. It's a streaming data. Live data is getting increased. Velocity is getting, frequency of data. We can call it as a frequency of data in milliseconds, seconds, like that. That we can say velocity. It can accommodate, Hadoop can accommodate the velocity of data from the live streaming applications, social media, whatever, electronic devices, whatever, like. Third one is variety of data. Means, as we discussed, variety of data. It can be accommodated the text files, log files, structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured, means video files, images, whatever the type of the digital data, Hadoop will accommodate. That next one is veracity. Veracity means, suppose one type of, there is a one data source. That data source is acts as a input to the another data source. Now this entire together data sources are acts as input to the another data source. Means dependency of the data, that we can call it as a veracity. So uncertainty due to the data inconsistency and incomplete, ambiguity, latency, means this dependency of the data from one data source and another data source, we can call it as a veracity. So these 4Vs of type of data can be accommodated by the Hadoop technology. So this is one challenge and one difference between the traditional database applications and Hadoop data, big data. And one more thing is, So this is high level about the storing. What we have discussed till now is about the storing. We can store the distributed data in the Hadoop. How we are storing and how it will be differentiate from the traditional DBMs. Later we will get into the details. But now the second challenge is processing. There is a stored data, huge volume of data is stored in the Hadoop ecosystem. Next, what is the why we store the data there? We have to process the data to take some decision, and CEO or MD of the any organization, manufacturing organization, needs some historical, needs some report based on the historical data. So data is there, resides there on the Hadoop database. But to give the result to the CEO of the company, we need to process it. Processing. Next is challenge is processing. Storage, and second one is processing. So how we have so many applications for the processing in traditional manner. What are the applications we can have? What are the technologies we have? Java, C Sharp, C++, PHP, all are processing. We can write the any business logic and we can execute and we can run that. It takes the data from any data source and process it as per the business logic. It process it and gives the result back to the client. This is happening in the traditional systems. So what's the difference from the traditional systems and big data Hadoop? Means here it is giving the very fast results. How it is giving the very fast results? That is called the concept they have come up with, parallel processing. Parallel processing. So I can give the one example for layman example just to understand what is the parallel processing. Just for layman example, not in the technical words. Just even we in the algorithmic means arithmetic layman example. One man can do in the one man can do in one work one man can do in the 10 days. If 5 men can do the same work in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
One man can do the some sort of work in 10 days. Suppose if we increase the men count to 5 men, the same work will be done in the
2 days.
2 days. Perfect. Means the same work here. What we have applied, we have increased the count of the resources 1 to 5. So the result will be we can catch the result within the 2 days instead of 10 days. In the same concept, suppose there is a one. I have a 1 terabytes of data. So on one type of terabytes of data, I need to process it and I want to take the result from out of this 1 terabyte. If I apply any one application on 1 terabyte, how much time it will take? Based on the Mbps, whatever we have performance, network bandwidth, all these things, it will take time. Instead of applying entire logic on 1 terabytes, what Hadoop comes with the concept is cluster, Hadoop cluster. So this same 1 terabyte data will be distributed among the different machines. Here we can call it as a nodes like this. So this 1 terabyte data will be distributed among the, here just I am taking the 5 terabytes. Sorry, 5 missions. Here we can call it as a cluster. These all are the nodes, missions, just computer missions. So this data will be distributed among these 5 nodes. Just example I am taking. Suppose 10 nodes I am taking. What this node is contains 1 by 10 terabyte data. This is 1 by 10, 1 by 10, 1 by 10, 1 by 10. As I have a 10 mission nodes, I am having a 1/10 terabytes each mission, means each computer node having 1/10 terabytes of data it is having, means same 1 terabyte data is distributed among all the nodes. Then the processing is also, logic also happening on all the computer machines, on all the nodes parallelly. So work is the processing, the computation is happening parallelly at the same time at all the nodes and give the result back in the same. What's happening, instead of, if I am using the only one machine for the process storaging and processing one machine, the logic and that computation is happening on only one machine. So if it is taking the 10 minutes, if the same logic, the same computational logic will be applied on the 10 machines. So all computations are, all business logics are running parallelly. Then within 1 minute, result will be come out. Got the concept, Hari and Gladson?
Yeah, Trigger, yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
any doubts?
No, it's fine.
Just concept only. We will get into the details.
Yeah.
Simply, as per layman example, one man can do the one work in 10 days. In the same way, 5 men can complete the same work in 2 days. Just increasing the resources count to finish the work in the less. Also, we are distributing the same data among n number of nodes, means missions, and so that we can apply the same business logic, apply on all the nodes in the same time. Parallelly business logic is getting executed, then result will gives back in the very less time. That's what Hadoop is very fast than in traditional applications. And here we can call it, suppose take the any traditional web application which is developed by the Java, C#, C++. What is the architecture of those traditional web applications? Any idea?
MV or something.
What is the architecture of traditional web applications? Java, C#, or C++, PHP, whatever. Architecture.
I think MVC model, I guess.
Not technically. Client server architecture. They are following high level. It's client server. There are a client and servers. This is the client server architecture we are following every each and every web application. So, but in the big data Hadoop architecture is master slave. Master slave architecture.
Master slave architecture. Okay.
Master slave architecture. Please note it down all these points, Harry and Gladson. Okay. So traditional applications are following clients as client server architecture. Same we can call it as a master slaves architecture. Here we can see this is the master node, or the cluster is, we can call it, is with the nodes. We can call it as this is master node. All are, these are the slave nodes. S1, slave node 1, slave node 2, slave node 3, slave node 4, slave node 5. So all slave nodes are connected together. All slave nodes are connected together. They are in the same network. They can share the data. I can share the data from this node to this node, this node to this node, this node to this node. So all 5 or all n number of slave nodes can talk with each other, and all these slave nodes are controlled by the master node. So in depth we will discuss, but high level, these are all slave nodes are connected via network. All slave nodes can talk with each other, and all slave nodes are controlled by the master node. This is the master node. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I apply one application 1 terabyte. How much time it will take? I can give the one more example. Yes, same. Suppose I have the one machine. I have stored my entire data in one machine with the four IO channels. So suppose each channel is having 100 MBs. So as one machine takes the time 45 minutes, if I in the same data, same business logic, computational business logic apply on the first and foremost thing is that particular 1 terabyte of data should be distributed among all the 10 machines. We can call it as a slave nodes. So then the next step is processing. The computational business logic will be executed parallelly on all the 10 machines. Then it will take within the 4.5 minutes, the result will processed. Here we have discussed with the storage and processing. The Hadoop, there is in the Hadoop for storage, it is called HDFS. There is a component called HDFS. HDFS is a storage component in the Hadoop. HDFS means Hadoop distributed file. HDFS is a component to store the data. HDFS means Hadoop distributed file system. Next one is processing. Hadoop, we have a component in the Hadoop called MapMR, means MapReduce. MapReduce is a component to process the business logic, computational business logic on the data which is stored on the HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system. So this Hadoop, what are the ecosystem? Means components. We have different components in the Hadoop. First one is HDFS. Second one is MapReduce MR. Then SQOOP, HIVE, HBASE, Oozie, Flume. These are the most important components in the Hadoop. Also, we can call it as a Hadoop ecosystems. Each component is having its own purpose. What is the purpose of HDFS component? Can you tell me?
That's for storage, right? Storage.
Exactly. Exactly like that. For the storage purpose, if you want to store the data in the distributed manner, keep it in the mind. We need to store the data in the distributed manner. So
So,
HDFS is a component to accommodate the data in the distributed manner.
okay,
In the
so
same,
sorry to interrupt you. Uh, so, since we're talking about storage, right? So that's common for all the structured, unstructured, and even semi-structured.
exactly. HDFS component is a storage purpose, so we can store the structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data, all kind of digital data will be stored on the HDFS.
Okay,
All kind of digital data. That should be a digital data. HDFS will accommodate it. That's it.
okay, okay.
So how we are storing different types of data, we will discuss in detail one by
Yeah,
one, one by one.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
just high level we are discussing.
Okay,
In the
okay,
same
yeah.
way, the second component is MR, means map reduce. We can write the business logic, computation logic in the Java or Python, C++, C Sharp. So many languages it supports, but 98% people are in the industries using the Java only. Okay, so we will write the business logic in the MR component using the Java. Core Java, it's enough. Core Java means not required Java enough, but we should know what is the OOPS concepts. That's it. Means what is the polymorphism, what is the inheritance, what is the uh, overloading, overriding, even those concepts enough to write the MapReduce programs, because all so many are inbuilt libraries. Just we should know how to use those methods or inbuilt libraries. That's it. No, nothing to worry about the Java programming language. Very easy because it touches the very core area, core Java program only. While we are doing, you will come to know, oh, this much easy for core Java, like that. What is the purpose of MapReduce component?
For logic, right? For logic creation.
Yeah, processing the data. Processing
Okay,
the data means if you want to write any business logic, any computational business logic, we will write the uh, that logic using the MR component, MapReduce component.
okay.
Clear?
Yeah,
Yeah, likewise, each component is having its own purpose. Suppose SQOOP. SQOOP is a one Hadoop component. Suppose SQOOP means SQL plus Hadoop. We can import and export from the RDBMS to Hadoop, Hadoop to RDBMS. Suppose there is a Oracle database or SQL Server database, some whatever the DB2 database, we can suppose I would like to import that data from RDBMS, some particular data from RDBMS. My business demands like that. My business requirement asks, pull the data from the RDBMS to the Hadoop. Then SQOOP will come into the picture. In the same way, I can export the data from Hadoop to RDBMS, any type of RDBMS. Mark in the Oracle RDBMS, SQL, Microsoft SQL Server RDBMS, IBM DB2 RDBMS, whatever the RDBMS, we can take the data from RDBMS, and same way we can push the data from Hadoop to RDBMS. For that case, we will use the SQOOP component.
Okay.
Same way, HIVE also, it is a data warehouse component, HIVE. HBASE is also NoSQL component. Oozie is a kind of workflow. It provides the workflow. Flume. Suppose Flume means, suppose Facebook continuously streaming the data. Digital data is getting generated continuously. Every second so much text data will be there, media data will be there. So if you want to take that streaming data, we will go for the Flume component. It is a one particular component. Suppose in the same way MapReduce, but it supports very predefined. No need to write any business logic, any writing coding. Just we need to use the predefined components. That's it. It is also a processing purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all about the Hadoop ecosystems, or we can call it as the Hadoop components. Up to here, any doubts or anything, Hari, or
No, Sridhar, I'm good.
So, you know,
following? Are you able to following Hari or Gladson?
Yeah.
yeah.
And this is all about the Hadoop. What about coming to the nowadays just recently coming Spark? Spark. What is this Spark means? It is these all are. And one more thing I need to tell you is Hadoop technology is built by the Apache software company. So it is a open source. Apache Hadoop is a open source. Now Spark is launched by the Apache and it is newly coming to the picture, but as per my knowledge, only 2 or 3 in the production. All are in the POCs. Even my organization, we are doing the POCs on the Spark, not in the production. Not yet. Spark applications are in the production. So Spark is also very important with the Scala language. Scala is the scripting language in the Spark. So mainly we are discussing about all these components and basics about the Spark and Scala, because while doing why we need to discuss Spark and Scala in the certification, they are touching the Spark and Scala also. So that's what we need to cover, Spark and Scala basics. The main components of Hadoop are these components. We are getting to very detailed, and how to write the programming, how to execute, how to take the source data, and where we need to keep the target data in the target directory. All these things we will see in detail while discussing each individual component. And what about the, and this is run by the Linux. Actually, this Hadoop run by the Linux, and this Hadoop is developed in the Java. Just for information, I am telling you guys, Hadoop is developed in the Java and it is running on the Linux machine. So here I will tell you Linux commands also. Before starting the HDFS commands, I will explain you some useful and basic Linux commands also. You both have any idea about the Linux commands?
Yeah. I was working some basic commands. I'm not in advanced, but some basic commands I am using.
Okay. What about Harry?
I'm not aware of that, Sridhar.
Okay. No need to worry. I will discuss about the Linux commands, how Linux will behave with the commands and output, all these things. Then only we will go for the HDFS commands.
Yeah,
So
sure.
Linux, the Hadoop technology is run by the Linux operating system, and Hadoop is developed in the Java. On top of the Java, Hadoop will be developed. This is all about the high level things about the Hadoop structure. And our course content, I will just organizer will share with you the course content. This is the course content Hadoop. So introduction to big data Hadoop, core idea of big data, Hadoop versus other data warehouse tools, HDFS.
Yeah, one quick question, Sridhar. So you
Yeah,
are
sure.
you are referring to big data and the Hadoop, right? So these two terms are the synonyms, is it?
Synonyms in the sense, just we discussed OOPS, right? You know, you heard about the OOPS, object-oriented programming synopsis.
Yeah.
So OOPS is a concept. It is not a technology, but we can achieve the OOPS concept by applying the different technologies. We can use the C# technology to achieve the OOPS, or someone can go for the Java technology to achieve the OOPS concepts.
Correct.
someone using the C++. In the same way, in the same manner, big data is a concept, means it's a huge volume of data. We can achieve the big data concept by addressing the Hadoop technology.
Got it.
Big data, huge volume of data, that's it, nothing else, it's a concept.
Yeah, got it.
But Hadoop is a technology which is having the different Hadoop components to achieve the big data concept.
All right. Yeah.
In general,
Also,
people are saying, suppose there is a terabytes of data, means gigabytes, GBs of data, they are saying it is not a big data. So RDBMS can achieve the GBs of data. So TBs, Teradata software is there, it can achieve the terabytes of data by using the Teradata technology. But more than the Teradata, so there is a concept called big data, more huge volume of data with variety of sources of the data.
so like, do the technologies similar to Hadoop, which is processing this big data in current market, or
Pardon me?
it's like as you said, big data, that's a concept, and Hadoop is the technology that we are using for that concept, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So do we have any other technologies in market
Other
similar to
have,
Hadoop?
but they are not in the production. They are
Okay.
not at succeeded basically. Suppose there is a Cosmos provided by the Cosmos is a big data technology provided by the Microsoft, but
Mm-hmm.
no one using, only Microsoft. There is a Bing browser, you know, right? Bing
Yeah, yeah.
search engine.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
big Yeah, for Bing search engine, internally they are using the Cosmos big data concept, which is developed by the Microsoft itself. So only customer for my Cosmos is, as of now, Microsoft only. No one is using.
Okay. So Hadoop, it's on full swing or what? So like as of now, it's all in production, or it's still
Exactly. It is now big revolution in the IT industry nowadays.
okay. Okay. So
Because
so it's
you know
see like
how.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pardon me. Come again.
No, no, so I was telling it's like, is it already been developed to the max, or it's like, is it still developing? Because to my knowledge, it's like in my company, right? It's like we are not having that much Hadoop projects. So I guess I don't know what's the Gatun. It's like, is it upcoming technology, or no one have knowledge on Gatun? Because I'm confused on Gatun, because I think you are the best person to answer Gatun. That's why I'm asking you.
Correct. Yeah, basically Hadoop is just I can say it's emerging technology. Just came into the market. Now, now industries, all kind of industries trying to adopt the Hadoop, because earlier days there is not that much digital data, but
Okay.
nowadays each day digital data volume is getting increased. So they are not able to maintain that much digital data, and if you want to process the historical data, it takes huge volume of time and cost also. So to maintain, to address all these processing issues and storage issues, all these, to address these issues, Hadoop will come into the picture. Storage,
Uh-huh.
it can
Uh-huh.
be, data will be stored in the distributed manner with the different nodes. So processing is also happening parallelly. So instead, traditional web applications are processing in 10 minutes. It is
Mm-hmm.
Hadoop, based on your cluster size, Hadoop will process in the fraction of seconds based on here provided based on your cluster size.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So nowadays, manufacturing industries, insurance companies, bankings, healthcare, pharmaceutical, government tech sectors, all are, even social media, Facebook, Twitter, all are. See, nowadays how digital data is getting generated, you know, right?
No, I don't have any idea. It's like,
No, it's suppose Facebook, even always uploading the photos, text messages, Twitter,
okay,
Quicker,
okay, oh,
so
like
many
that, okay.
social
Uh-huh.
medias are getting very active. in the
Yeah.
nowadays. So to maintain this data, suppose flight is reaching from source to destination. There is a black box concept in the flight, so it generates the more data. So to maintain that particular data, already terabytes of data, okay, RDBMS and Teradata softwares are there, but more than that, how? That is a challenge. Now to address that challenge, there people are ready to adapt the Hadoop technology.
Okay. Mhm. Okay, so that's the future, right? Hadoop.
Yeah,
Right.
it has future. That's what emerging. That's what I can say. It as emerging technology.
Mhm.
In the US, it is very demand nowadays. In India, means slowly it is giving the opportunities to the offshores. Most of the projects are starting in the on-site in US, Australia, like that.
Okay.
Slowly, the
Okay.
MNCs companies are adopting this Hadoop. It's not that much very big in the India nowadays, but slowly, day by day, it is getting increasing.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that's what I'm telling actually. In offshore, it's like I can't see any that much. It's like yeah, we are having project, but not in full swing actually. It's like uh, yeah.
Yeah, I can simply I can say it is a emerging technology. It will be has a good future, definitely, but based on our trust only. How we cannot
Right.
very sure means it's all you know, right? How it's happening in the industry.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, definitely, because as maintain this much of use volume of data and different kind of formats. Data previously, what is the only one kind of data we can store? That is rows and columns, structured manner. But while in the Hadoop, you can store any kind of data, structured, semi-structured, unstructured, and the unstructured means images, videos, whatever the type of kind of data, Hadoop can be accommodated.
Okay.
So that's what Hadoop is
Yeah.
rapidly growing technology.
Okay. So yeah, if you don't mind, I have one more question on regarding the course actually. So
Regarding course,
yeah.
yeah,
So
course contains I am covering. See, this is the content which I am covering during our discussions. Introduction, core idea of big data, and comparison as I discussed with you. HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. There are
okay.
different concepts in the HDFS, how to store the data, what is the structure of all these things we will discuss HDFS. In the same way, MapReduce is a processing engine. MapReduce is a processing component we can say. So what are the main things in the MapReduce? How we need to write the code, how we can compile, how we can execute, how it will apply on the distributed data, all the things we can. Then HIVE, HBASE, then
Okay.
SQOOP,
Okay,
Flume,
will we have any
Spirit.
lab sessions or it's like just classes on these concepts or?
No. While just I have a VMware, so there in the Hadoop software is there. Just I will write the code and I will execute. I will compile it and one second.
Okay, good. Okay.
I will execute the code and I will compile and I will run everything. I will show you.
Okay.
Just not just I don't have the many PPTs also. My course is not going through or not running through only PPTs. Just
Okay.
most of the time, 80% I am showing you through the code only, code and HDFS only. And I
Okay.
will give if you have the VMware, I will give the entire software. Just you need to attach that VMware. That's it.
Mhm. Okay.
I will upload that software in the Google Drive. Then just
Mhm.
download it and you can attach to that VMware. That's it. No need to install also.
Okay.
So just not only PPTs, my course is not running. Just I will show
Uh-huh.
you everything in the Linux mission, Hadoop, Ubuntu
Okay.
version, Hadoop, and Java.
Okay. So it will be from a development perspective, right? The course.
Exactly 100% development perspective only.
Okay.
This is the VMware machine I am using. I will show you that also.
What is the testing perspective for big data? What is the scope of it?
Scope, definitely there is a development. As you know, right? Obviously, testing is there, but as you know the ratio, right? How many developers are there? Suppose 10 developers, 3 or 4 testers are there. It's not only Hadoop, for every technology, traditional technology, it is like that only, right?
Yeah.
So testers also even in my project, testers also there, but my coaching is purely development bus.
Yeah.
Hariprasad, right? Testing.
Yeah. No, I would like
Yeah.
to I'm looking for the development thing only, but I would like to know the scope of testing, what the
Yeah,
tester
scope of
doing.
testing definitely there. If developer develops that one any code, that has to be go through the testing, right?
Yeah.
So scope depends.
So we will be running
So
it in
this is the Ubuntu flavor of Linux mission. Here we need to install the Hadoop, and on top of that we need to write the coding and HDFS commands, everything. Like that I will show you the commands execution, commands writing, and Java code writing, Java code execution, and all these things. And I will give you this entire software, but what is the prerequisite in your machine is you should have the VMware workstation. That's it. Please download the VMware workstation, any version, then make it ready. Then I will upload this entire thing, Ubuntu flavor Linux with Hadoop system. I will upload, and you can download from there, and you can start working it with as parallel with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is terminal. Here we can write the code, right? See, this is the Ubuntu machine. Hadoop, we can command like this, Hadoop FS. Later you can understand. Like this, I will show you. And this is all about the just for demo and what I need, what I am going to cover in the course and all. I will show you.
Yeah.
I showed you. I discussed you already. This is all about the introduction part. Any doubts and any concerns? What are your issues? Just we will have a disc. And one more thing I want to tell you is my teaching style is very interactive, and just always each concept just job oriented, interview oriented. My teaching style will be there. Means take any concept. What are the possible questions interviewer can ask? So those like that we can discuss. So that is the my style, most interactive and concept wise and questions we will discuss.
Okay.
Okay. Anything, Hariprasad or Gladson?
Yeah.
Because of do yeah, Hari,
Yeah,
go
please
ahead.
go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So do you have any limit for the participants in one go? It's like
Limit
an
of
online
participant.
Yeah. It's like a limit of participants. Like how many participants in one session, or do we have any limit for that? Or
Oh, that you can check with organizer because he is the person to tell you.
okay, yeah, okay,
Actually, organizer contact you, right? So just I am just teaching only. I am taking care.
yeah, sure. Okay, I will contact with them. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, regarding this, you can contact the organizer, Spiritsofts organizer. He will give you
Yeah,
the
sure.
details.
Okay, yeah, sure. Fine.
Anything?
Yeah, how many hours we are going to have, Sridhar?
Yeah, actually, 30 to actually my course is running around 30 to 35, minimum 30. Based on our discussions, and it will increase, right? 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours based on discussions. So most 35 plus or minus 1 or 2, like it's happening, Gladson, because if we are discussing more and more, definitely it will it will take time.
Right.
But I am not very strict. We have to complete within the 32 hours, 30 hours, but minimum 30 hours based on that, based on our discussions and our even every concept. I am giving the use case. So to discuss use cases and all, it will take time. But and one more thing is every day I will take 1 hour. If Saturday, Sunday, just I will take. I will if all are accepted, if all are comfortable, we can go with the 1.5, 2 hours. It's based on convenient of all the participants.
Yeah. And what are the prerequisites you want from like the
Yeah,
presenters?
prerequisites. Yeah, prerequisites in the aspect of system. First, you have the VMware. Okay.
Yeah, that is fine. I'm not system perspective. The technical.
Yeah.
Technically I would
One by
like
one,
to know.
one by one, I will tell. One by one, I will tell you for both of you.
Yeah.
Please have the VMware. Then and try to, if you have the Ubuntu version Linux, just download it and try to install it. Even otherwise, just I will upload my software in the Google Drive. Just download from the Google Drive. Just attach it to the VMware. What your prerequisite is, you should have the VMware workstation in your laptop or desktop. That's it. Coming to the technology aspects,
Yeah.
OOPS concept, if you are aware of OOPS concepts, it's not an issue. But while we are discussing, you will come to know overloading, inheritance, polymorphism. You will come to know the concepts. It is not an issue because you both are not a freshers, right? You are a well matured, more around 3 years experience. Definitely, you will catch the points. If you are not able to, just stop by me and ask Sridhar, what is this? How it is happening, how it is behaving. Then I will, at that same time, I will explain the behavior of that component or that class, that method, like that. So Linux also, just what are the basic commands required for the Hadoop? I will give you the complete Linux commands. Means not complete Linux commands, basic commands which are required for the Hadoop. That's it. Because it is not Linux class, right? So I will not, even I am not aware of the 100% Linux. Basically, as we are Hadoop developer. And Hadoop components, HDFS, MapReduce, all are not, we will discuss. But prerequisites is not much, just maturity in the industry and software, that's it.
Right.
More about the interest, boss, that's it. More about the interest and our practice.
That is true. So, as you said, to achieve and to accomplish the big data concept, so you are triggering Hadoop, correct, right?
Correct.
So whatever the digital data is getting from different source systems, finally your target is to store this entire digital data into some database that is called as a big data. Okay.
Hadoop.
So
Hadoop.
The Hadoop, the driving force, the mechanism, the tool which uses a Hadoop. That's what I meant. Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah, the driving force technology, we are using the Hadoop technology to store the data, and later we can process the data processing on top of the stored data.
Yes, if you consider my case, since I'm having a 3 years of ETL testing experience, so that I would like to correlate like data stage is equivalent to a Hadoop. Makes sense?
Data stage is just, I will have one question for you. Data stage is supports the parallel processing? No, right?
No.
No. That's what advantage. Even data stage is not and one more question. First question is data stage supports the all kind of data, means structured, semi-structured, unstructured. That is my first question. Second question is data stage supports the parallel processing. Can you please answer these two questions, please?
See,
I think no.
I think, see, I mean, Exact equivalent means what I meant to say is the purpose what data stage does, the same thing will be done by Hadoop. Is that make sense?
Correct. Yeah, the purpose is same,
Purpose
but
is but not 100%.
not 100% means
Yeah.
actually the addressing the issues. So data stage is scope is only for structured data, but
Correct.
the Hadoop scope is structured, semi-structured, unstructured. The second one is data stage scope is suppose 1 hour data stage processing is 1 hour it will take. Hadoop takes it's a minutes or seconds because parallel processing concept.
Okay.
So, but as you said, the most of some parts partially it is the same,
Correct.
but not I cannot say it is the same, but partially.
Partially. That's what. Yeah. I mean, I would like to correlate. That's all. So I'm not saying exactly what Hadoop is doing is data says does correctly. So, but I would like to know that. So
And
I would like to
I
correlate.
can say one more I can say one more thing is this Teradata, data stage, and all these things. What are the drawbacks and of all these softwares? They identify the drawbacks of all these softwares, then they will find the Hadoop.
Right.
That is the thing.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And do you suggest any study material or like any textbook?
Yeah, yeah, I
Uh,
will. There is a good material. Definitive guide is there. I will, and concepts wise also, I have some my private material and I have some downloaded material and all. Just each concept means each component I will share with you.
okay. Mhm.
Even definitive guide is very good book. Hadoop definitive guide. This is
What is
very
that?
nice and very
Could you please repeat
informative
that?
book. I will share you that book also.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
There is a ebook, so I will share with you that.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
So here I have one casual question. It's not a technical one. It's like, do we have any advantage over? It's like, as we are from ETL, even Harry is from ETL, I guess. So even I'm from ETL side, Informatica. So do we have any advantage on having such knowledge as Hadoop? Because I heard like who are having the knowledge on Informatica, right? Can go for Hadoop easily. It's my
But here advantages and disadvantages just keep away.
mhm,
People are in the industry. The final purpose is to get the good job, right? To get the
mhm.
good job with the good package. If whatever you
Okay.
say, whatever we say, the ultimate goal is that is only.
Yeah, for a
Yeah,
better.
sure.
Sure. For that, suppose if your resume having with the Hadoop and previous experience is earlier experience, suppose 3 years experience. If you keep the 1 year in the Hadoop, rest of the 2 years on the ETL, it will be advantage added value to your profile. Why? Because see, on the issues that how Hadoop will born, how Hadoop will come into the picture to address the issues of this ETL tools, Teradata and Informatica, all these they are consolidated issues and disadvantages of all these technologies, and they will they will find a new technology called Hadoop. So
Okay.
if you previous one you have the hands-on experience, it is added value. So even we are screening the profiles. Suppose I have a 10 profiles from HR who are having the that may be SSIS, Informatica. Definitely 100% they will shortlist that one technically.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Got it. Got it.
No, it is not like that. Just think logically because
Mhm.
all the issues in the ETL tools, Hadoop is coming to the picture. That's what very first point I am telling you guys to address the where see RDBMS, Teradata and Teradata Informatica. These are the ETL tools, right?
Mhm.
So to address the challenges and disadvantages of those ETLs and Teradata technologies, Hadoop will come into the picture. So if you have the earlier technology hands-on experience added to your profile. It looks a rich profile.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, yeah. So thanks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, even how I am coming, how my company is selected 3 years back. Actually, how my 3 years back, previously I have another experience, right? But picked me, company organization selected me to give the first they have selected me and give the training in the Hadoop with some other architects, and they are assigning me the Hadoop project because I am a ETL SSIS guy. I am SSIS developer.
It's a Microsoft tool,
Okay.
right?
Exactly, Microsoft ETL tool.
ETL tool, yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So it's more. It's definitely it is added value, but you should have it's based on your interest also, interest and practice.
Okay. Yeah,
Hope I answer your question.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure. That's right. Yeah.
Anything?
So even the class timings, we should talk with Spiritsofts or
Yeah. Class timings actually some batches are I am handling. Already running batches are some near to closure.
okay.
So you can Spiritsoft organizer will let you know.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. We will have a talk with Kautuk again.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all
anything?
from my end. Yeah.
Okay, Hari Prasad. Okay, Gladson. Okay, nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Same to you. Thanks.
Yeah, anything, Gladson. Tell me what.
No, that's all from my end, Sligar. Even
Okay, shall we wind up or?
Yeah, Sridhar,
yeah,
thanks
sure.
so much for your efforts
Yeah,
and
thanks.
brief
Yeah,
idea for big data and Hadoop. And it's really worth to hear your words. Okay.
yeah,
And we will,
Thank you. Have a nice. And
yeah.
one more thing, just can you tell me from which area means from India or US?
Yeah, I'm from
Hari
US actually.
Hariprasad, you are from? Hariprasad, you are from?
US, Columbus, I'm from.
Oh, great. Gladson?
I'm from Bangalore.
Okay, great,
I'm
great.
basically from Kerala, but yeah, now I am working in Bangalore. That's what I meant.
Okay. Okay, right, man. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye
Okay.
bye.
So what about you, Sriga?
Pardon me?
So what about you?
I am from Hyderabad.
Oh, Hyderabad. Okay. Okay.
Have a good day,
Bye.
Sridhar.
Thank you,
Thanks,
man.
Sriga.
Have a nice day. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
Bye, Hari. Bye.
bye. Bye,
Bye.
Glad.